My name is Paige. I'm a 40-year-old full-time housewife. My husband's name is Michael. He is a top-class salaryman at a major company, and he supports our household. Both my husband and I love children, and when we got married, we spoke about wanting to have at least 3 children. But it turns out that we both had some fertility problems, and sadly, we weren't able to have children. But 10 years ago, we decided to welcome our adopted son Thomas into the family. I became a mother to a 6-year-old. Then I really struggled with raising a child for the first time, but I was saved by the people around me and their understanding, and I've somehow been able to make it here. And Thomas has grown into a really sincere boy, and he's already 16 years old. This year, he's going to be entering a really famous feeder school. Thomas, the uniform for Paul Academy looks so good on you. You're so handsome. When I was a student, these kinds of uniforms were really popular, but I heard that blazers are more popular with the girls these days. This is so nostalgic. It makes me remember the past.
Mom, why are you in such a good mood this morning? Are you remembering something? You're drooling.
What? Oh my, sorry about that. Silly me, I was totally lost in some bittersweet memories.
Mom, you really don't change. But to be honest, I didn't think I was going to get accepted into Paul High School. Maybe I got lucky? I wasn't able to get good scores in the practice tests either. But really, I wish I was able to get into the same high school as Dad.
No, that's not true. Because you worked really hard for this, Thomas. I think that Paul Academy is more than amazing. And plus, I've always believed that you would definitely get in.
I don't know. But you were always taking me to and from prep school and making dinner. Thank you for supporting me in so many ways. Even after I start high school, I'm gonna keep studying hard. And I'm gonna keep going to make my dream come true of becoming a lawyer.
Yeah, I know that you can do it, Thomas. And I'm sure that your dream will come true too. I'm so supporting you with everything that I've got, Thomas. That's right. Thomas's dream was to become a lawyer. It had always been that way. But when your child has a dream and you watch them grow towards the dream every day, it makes me think that maybe I'm able to be closer to feeling like a real mother. It's true that Thomas wasn't a child that grew inside of me and I gave birth to, but we were able to have this beautiful mother and son relationship, and it makes me really, really happy. I felt a connection between the two of us beyond my biological one. However, the person that has the complete opposite feelings from me, as my husband, is Michael.
Thomas, just because you got into Paul Academy, if you get too carried away, you're going to become a failure too easily. So you better be careful. Yes. I believe that if it was you, you would be able to get into the same top deviation value feeder school as me. But it's disappointing.
Hey, don't say it like that.
It's fine, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. I also thought really hard about it. But even if I did get accepted, with my current skill levels, I thought I would really struggle to study there. And I probably wouldn't be able to get good grades. So I thought I considered a lot about my future, and making the decision. And your father hates that way of thinking. If you're a man, you should go to the top school and always try to be the best. Otherwise, there's no point.
Huh? That's not true.
Anyway, you need to get your mind together. At that rate, you're never going to be able to become a lawyer. Yes, you're right. I understand.
Even though today was the induction ceremony, the air to the family was cold from the morning, to the point that you can just tell by looking at him that Thomas was upset. But Thomas was put together and had a very mature, logical mindset. So that's why he won't go against his father in this situation either. Which means that Thomas is actually one layer better than Michael. But you know what? I can't stay quiet, because this is about Thomas. Hey, wait, Michael, you know that there is a way to say things. You shouldn't say it in a way that's going to corner Thomas. Thomas studied really hard, and he was able to get accepted into Paul Academy. Just because you're his father, you say way too much about the path he's taking. Anyway, his life is only just beginning, so we should prioritize Thomas's feelings and root for him.
As I was saying, was that just because he got into Paul Academy? He better not get carried away. I was just warning him. If he's going to go after a major company to become a salaryman and get a steady income like me, you better make sure you study hard in high school and in college. Yes, sir. I'll do my best. As long as you understand. Anyway, I have to go into a business trip again, starting from today. Paige, I'm going to leave the rest of the family stuff to you. What? Business trip? But you just got back from a business trip last week, and you have another one from today? Does that mean you're not attending the induction ceremony? Yeah, that's right. But do you have some kind of problem with that? There's no need for a father to participate in just a stupid high school induction ceremony.
Well, I just didn't know anything. If you had told me in advance, then I could have prepared as well. And plus, an induction ceremony for school is a really huge event for parents and child.
Prepare? Yeah, that's not anything that you need to worry about. And plus, I'm not interested in the induction ceremony for Paul Academy anyway. Well then, I'm gonna go.
What? Hey, Michael, wait a minute. And he said that. Michael grabbed a large suitcase and headed out the door. It's true that he does seem busy with work these days. That's what I thought. But I was worried that he had this many business trips as well and that it must be hard for him. However, Thomas then said this under his breath.
Don't you think it's a little bit strange that Dad's company has this many business trips?
What?
If it's a major company, don't you think that they would be a little more mindful about their employees' well-being and stuff like that? He just got back last week, and he's going on another one today.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder if the other employees are also going on business trips every week like that. Because if employees are going on so many business trips, then that must be quite the expense for the company too.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, if he's going on business trips, then it should be reflected accordingly in his salary as well.
Oh, that's also true. Whenever he says it like that, now I'm starting to feel uneasy. You're right. It's true that your dad has had a lot of business trips lately, but he's working hard for the sake of our family, so...
If he's working so hard for the sake of his family, I don't think that the company would dump so many business trips on one person. He's brushing off family occasions, and I don't think that the company would put in so many business trips to cause the family trouble.
Now that you mention it, how do I say this? A lot of it does feel strange. After that, the induction ceremony finished and we went back home. As soon as I got home, I checked the family bank book. But then, just as Thomas had said, it was true that my husband was often away on business trips and not home. And even when I looked back through the photo albums, school field days, and other important school events, I realized in most of those photos, I was in them alone. Wait a minute. I had a really bad suspicion cross my mind. And I was the type of person that, if something was bothering me, I needed to clear it up all the way. So the next day, I decided to go see Kevin at his agency, who was my little brother and also a detective. I'm sorry, Kevin, there's something I wanted to discuss with you.
Hey sis, how have you been? It's been a while, but did something happen? It's pretty rare that you would come to me for something.
Yeah, actually, well, this is about my husband.
About Michael? Did something happen?
Yeah. Over the last few years, he would be away on business trips for more than half of the month, and he's barely been home.
Interesting. Business trips for more than half of a month? That is a little bit suspicious.
How do I say this? I was just a little bit concerned. And I was thinking, I want you to look into it for me. Just the other day, even though it was Thomas's high school induction ceremony, suddenly on the day of, he said that he was going on a business trip from that day and then he left. But he didn't tell me anything about where he was going.
Well then, why don't I do some research? I'm here, so everything's gonna be fine now. Leave it to me. Oh yeah!
Kevin is actually pretty reliable. And plus, he has a lot of unique friends as well. Anyway, I could only hope that there was actually nothing going on. From there, 1 week later, Michael finally came back from his business trip, and the first words out of his mouth were this.
I'm home! I'm exhausted.
Oh, Michael, welcome home. Dinner is ready so you can eat.
Don't need it. I already ate.
Oh, really? Okay. Well then, the bath is...
No, I'm fine. I also already took a bath today.
Huh?
No, you see, on the way home with my colleague, we went to the sauna, so I'm fine. That's all.
This guy is so shameless. It's almost the same thing as saying that he's guilty. However, Michael then continued to say something even more outrageous.
Oh, hey, listen. Even though I just came home, I know this sounds crazy to say, but I have another business trip this week.
Excuse me?
No, but really, it's hard to be a guy that's good at his job. So many business trips, it sucks, you know. When I go out on business trips, they really like me over there too. But like, they're leaving way too much responsibility to me.
As he was grinning, he was lying as if he was actually going on a business trip, even though it was so obvious. This guy seriously gets on my nerves. But you know what? I hadn't gotten the results of the investigation I asked Kevin, and if I cause a commotion now, it's going to give me a disadvantage later on. So I decided to stay calm and logical. Oh really? Another business trip? Well, I guess there's nothing we can do, because it is work after all.
Well, it's nothing to me, because you know, I'm good at my job, and I'm a genius.
Interesting.
More importantly, Thomas, hey, how's your studying going? If you want to become an elite employee like me, like I told you before, you better study hard, and you better aim for the top grades. Yeah, of course.
It seems that Thomas has also realized already. But of course he has. When Michael is telling such obvious lies like this, Thomas and I made eye contact, and we let out a sigh at the same time. Well, it seems like Michael himself hasn't noticed that at all, though. The next day, I received a phone call from Kevin, and he said he wanted to tell me the results of the investigation, and that he wanted me to come to his agency.
Wow, I was shocked. Your husband, just as I expected, is cheating on you.
I knew it.
And not only that, but he's been seeing the other woman for over 5 years.
What? 5 years? No way.
But he wasn't very careful, so I was able to get the results really quickly. Every single time he was going out saying it was a business trip, he wasn't going on any business trip. He was going to work every day from his girlfriend's house that's near the office.
What? No way, I can't believe this. When I heard these shocking results, I didn't even notice the tears that were streaming down my face. I hope there's nothing going on with Michael. I can't believe I had naive hope like that, and I wish I could slap the version of me that thought so. You know what? Even though I may have shed some tears, my heart was already set. That's right. I'm not going to forgive that guy or that mistress no matter what. You better watch me. I'm gonna let you know what happens when you get on the wrong side of Paige. The next time that guy says he's going to go on a business trip, I'm putting the plan into action. From there, I couldn't wait to hear the words business trip jump out of Michael's mouth, and every day I was excited. And then finally, that day came.
Hey, starting from tomorrow, I'm gonna go on another business trip for a week.
Huh? What did you just say?
Like I said, I'm going on a business trip.
There it is. I've been waiting for this. Sure, got it. Be careful. Oh, wait. By the way, where is your business trip that you're going on from today?
What? Oh, it's up north. Maybe I'll be able to eat some delicious northern food on the business trip.
You're going up north, huh? That's nice.
Yeah, but I guess I had no choice, because this is work. Just work.
Interesting. Work. Right. Well, you must be so busy.
Hey, you. What is with you?
Michael was starting to panic at my responses, and that's why I said it to him. Go and enjoy it as much as you want. Your last affair.
What? Wait, what? How?
Because it's a woman's house, right? You know what? You think that I don't know anything, don't you? But I actually know everything. And by the way, the person who noticed first was actually Thomas.
You must be really busy, huh, Dad? Even though you have such an amazing person like Mom here, you opened the door to hell yourself, and then left the door open and climbed down those steps yourself. How do I say this? You're that thing.
Michael was turning blue at the unexpected turn of events. Up until now, at home, he was boasting that he was an elite salaryman with a high education, but even his son was calling him that thing. Thomas is so kind. That's my son that I'm proud of. Here, instead of saying the worst or useless, unworthy of being a father, he just left it out saying that thing. No, oh wait, maybe that thing is actually the harshest one. Well, whatever. Oh, that's right. I already told your mistress that I'm going to be collecting a full settlement fee from her as well. And then she said that she'll give a guy like you back to me, please, to spare her.
No way!
Well, no matter what she says, I don't need you at this point, and I'm not going to forgive that woman either, so...
I also totally agree with Mom getting a divorce. Dad, you know, ever since I was a little kid, I was always saying that I wanted to be a lawyer, right? And that's because I wanted to protect people like my mom. Women who have to get hurt like this.
Thomas?
Mom, I truly am grateful that you became my mom. I'm so grateful.
Thank you, Thomas.
And you know what? Guys like my dad are the ones I can't stand the most. A guy like him is a waste for someone like you, Mom. From now on, I'm gonna protect you, Mom. So, Dad, you can go on your own and go be happy with that worthless woman. I'm sure that woman's a better match for someone like you anyway.
You got told. So anyway, Michael, you better be ready. Michael gave out on his knees, and he crumbled in tears on the spot. Well, even if he cries and apologizes to me now, I'm not going to want to forgive Michael at all. After that, we got a divorce, and Thomas and I decided to rent a house closer to his school and move there. As for the settlement fee and the child support fees for Michael, thanks to the brilliant lawyer that Kevin introduced me to, I got it all paid in one payment. And I was also able to collect the full settlement fee from the mistress as well. Both Michael and the mistress were both stuck with a massive debt now, and they have to work multiple part-time jobs. And because that's what happened, their relationship already fell apart. Especially Michael. His company found out about the incident and he was fired. After bragging so much about his high education, this guy was stuck having to work multiple part-time jobs in convenience stores and in construction sites, and he's working at the lowest of the chain, while it makes me laugh. Take that. As for me, until Thomas becomes independent, I plan on supporting him every step of the way.
Mom, thank you so much for everything. How do I say this? I know it might be weird to say this, even though we're not biologically related, but you've always been thinking about me first.
What are you saying? I was only able to work so hard because of you, Thomas. It might be true that we're not related by blood, but that doesn't matter at all. You are my son, and I am your mother. I believe that you are my true son.
Mom, thank you.
And Thomas, you're going to continue to be busy with studying from now on, so I also need to do my best.
Yeah, let's do our best together. Oh, that reminds me. Can I ask you something?
What?
Mom, is there anything that you want now?
What? Why?
Nothing, huh? Like next month, May, is there anything that maybe you were thinking about buying or anything?
Oh, May. Right. I realized that Thomas was probably trying to buy a present for me for Mother's Day next month. It was so obvious. My goodness. He really is a sweet kid. Let's see. Oh, I know. Yeah, actually, there was something.
What? Really? What is it? What do you want? Oh, but if it's too expensive,
That reminds me, my apron ripped the other day. It's the same one I've been using ever since you were a little kid. Maybe I should buy a new one. That's what I've been thinking lately.
An apron? Okay, yeah, an apron should be fine.
What do you mean, fine?
Nothing. Don't worry. Hey, Mom, can you use your old apron for a little bit longer?
What? Yeah, sure, if you say so. That's what I'll do.
I'm sure it's not easy to use, but if you can just get by with that one for a little bit longer, it's a little longer, so that's why. You can't buy a new one no matter what, okay?
Okay.
Alright, that's done. Well then, on my way home from school tomorrow.
What? Did you say something?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. Let's see. What should I do? Hey, Mom. I'm gonna be home a little bit late from school tomorrow. You know, student council stuff. Apparently, we have a meeting or something like that, so even if I'm a little bit late, don't worry about me, okay?
Yes, I got it. I'm so happy.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!